I was sitting in my small kitchen, stirring a cup of lukewarm tea, when my phone rang. It was my daughter, Emily. My only child. The girl I had raised alone after my husband died 12 years ago. But the moment I answered that call, I felt, deep in my bones, that something was wrong. "Mom," she said, in a voice that wasn't hers anymore. Cold, sharp, like she was reading a script written by someone else. "Mom, I'm calling to tell you something important. I sold your beach house." My breath stopped. Before I could say a word, she continued. "And your car too. We needed the money. Actually, there's nothing you can do about it now." Then she laughed softly, like she was brushing dust off her shoulder. "Anyway, we're leaving tomorrow. Me and Daniel. We're flying to Switzerland. Daniel found a business opportunity there. A new life, Mom. A better life. A better life. Without me." "Emily, wait." But she didn't wait. She cut me off and said, "Oh, and Mom, don't call me for a while. We need space. Goodbye." And the line went dead. Just like that. My daughter, my flesh, my heart, had thrown me out of her life with a 1-minute phone call. And she didn't even say, "I love you." I sat there, staring at the wall. But strangely, I didn't cry. Because Emily didn't know something important. Something her father, Mark, left behind for me before he died. 3 days before his heart attack, he had handed me a sealed brown envelope and said, "Linda, open this when you feel ready. It will protect you when I no longer can." I had put it in my drawer and forgotten it. But now was the time. That night, after the phone call that shattered my world, I opened the envelope. Inside were property deeds, bank records, investment certificates, a company registration, and one handwritten letter. "Linda, my love, our daughter must grow into her own strength. I built a fortune quietly, not for her to misuse, but for you to protect wisely. One day she may lose herself, and you must guide her back." My hands trembled. The beach house Emily sold was just one of 7 properties Mark had bought quietly. He owned an apartment building, a small hotel, 3 rental houses, and a company worth more than I could ever imagine. And every single asset was legally in my name. Not Emily's, not Daniel's, mine. Emily thought she had robbed me, but she had no idea she had touched nothing of my real life. And so, a quiet plan began to form. Not revenge, education. Because sometimes, a mother must let her child fall, so she can learn to rise. 3 weeks passed with no word from Emily. No calls, no messages, not even a fake, "I'm okay." Then one morning my neighbor knocked and said, "Linda, turn on the TV news." There it was. A report showing Daniel, my daughter's husband, arrested in Zurich, Switzerland, for fraud, forged signatures, and illegal loans. And next to him, blurry in the background, was Emily, crying, lost, shaking. My heart broke, but I stayed still. Hours later, my phone finally rang. "Mom?" Her voice was no longer cold. It was shattered glass. "Mom, he left me in Switzerland, with nothing. He took all the money. He forged my signature. I have debts, Mom. So many debts. Please, please, can I come home?" Of course I said yes, because even when a child throws you away, a mother's heart never does. When Emily arrived, she looked nothing like the woman who had left. Skinny, pale, eyes swollen, clothes wrinkled from sleeping in airports. "Mom, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't have anywhere else to go." I hugged her, but not with the same unconditional softness as before. There was calculation now, a strategy. "Come in, sweetheart," I said gently. "You can stay as long as you need." Emily struggled. She got a night cleaning job. She cried almost every night. She tried to sell cheap things online to pay off tiny pieces of debt. And day after day, I watched her transform. Then came the moment I had been waiting for. A letter arrived from the bank. Emily turned white. "Mom, I'm going to lose everything. Even your house. Even your life. Because of me. And that's when I took her to meet Mr. Harmon, Mark's lawyer. She thought we were going for advice. She had no idea. Mr. Harmon placed 2 folders on the table. Miss Emily, he said calmly. You are not responsible for any of the loans. Your husband forged your signature. You are legally free. Then he opened the second folder. And your mother is not poor. Emily blinked. What? Mr. Harmon turned the folder toward her. Inside, all the property deeds. The title of the apartment building she once lived in, investment accounts bank, statements, Mark's company documents, everything. Your father built all of this, he said. And your mother owns it all. Emily stared at me, speechless. Mom, why didn't you tell me? Why did you let me struggle? Why did you let me think you had nothing? I took her hand. If you liked the story, you can support me by sending a super thanks so I can keep bringing more stories like this. Thank you so much for your sweet support. I'm looking forward to your comments on the story. On the screen you can see 1 new life stories that I highly recommend. There's so much more on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next life story. With love and respect. Because you needed to understand the value of life, Emily, not the value of money. She broke down crying. Mom, I hurt you so much. Yes, I said softly, but you came back, not for wealth, not for comfort, but because your heart was empty. Now, it can grow again. And it did. Emily kept working, she studied, she rebuilt herself. 6 months later she told me, Mom, I want us to turn the beach house into a shelter for women abandoned like me. And I cried. Because there is no greater victory for a mother than seeing her child become the person she prayed she would someday be.